The number of babies born with Down syndrome in the UK is falling, and I want to find out why. Why would anyone want to screen people like me out of existence? I'm meeting people from the Down syndrome community to see how they are challenging perceptions. What would you say to a mum expecting a baby with Down syndrome?
Don't worry. Look at me. No one get me in the corner.
Hi, I'm Ruben. Actor, dancer, swimmer, fashion icon, good looking, a proud owner of an extra chromosome. Mum, what's it like to have a kid with Down syndrome?
The biggest and best adventure of my life, Rubes. But you better go and ask some other mums.
Okay, let's do it. First, I'm going to meet Claire and Theo.
Hi Ruben, so nice to meet you. Come in.
Wow. You guys hungry? Yeah. Very hungry.
Claire only found out her son had Down syndrome after he was born, and it was a shock.
I had lots of thoughts that went through my mind, which lots of people talk about. Would we ever be happy again? What kind of life would he have? How would I have a life with a disabled child?
What would you have done if you had found out Theo had Down syndrome before he was born?
If I'd found out that Theo had Down syndrome before he was born, I've always been very honest about this, then yeah, I would have terminated my baby. And I feel racked with guilt for even thinking that and even saying it whilst my boy is in my arms and talking to somebody like you, but that's what I would have done. People don't realise that having a child with Down syndrome is actually a very doable, rewarding thing.
Currently in the UK there is a 24-week limit for abortion. But if the baby has a disability, such as Down syndrome, abortion is a legal right up until birth.
Let's do this!
Campaigner Heidi is challenging this by bringing a case to the High Court in London.
Let's sit down.
Yeah.
It's basically about equality in the room. It's not about abortion as a whole. I'm basically fighting for people with disabilities to have equal rights to life.
What would it be like if we were all the same?
I think it's completely boring. We need variety. We need loads of people. 98% of people with Down syndrome are very happy with their lives. I'm very happy with my life.
And what is the bad side of having Down syndrome?
Well, the bad side of having Downs is this law, the discrimination, and being looked down on. Every time I go into town, people just stare at me. My name is Kate Round. I am from North Ireland. I am a model. I am a blogger. I'm an advocate. I am a public speaker. I give a voice for people with Down syndrome.
I called Kate for a chat. Kate has worked at London and Belfast Fashion Week and is an ambassador for beauty brand Benefit. What are your hopes for the future?
I have loads of goals. I like to model in LA and also Paris.
Does having Down syndrome hold you back?
Yes, I have Down syndrome, but I don't really care. Because I never hide my own disability and never define me. But I'm still a human being, and I change the world for inclusion, for people with special needs and disabilities. I want to change opinion.
What would you say to a mum expecting a baby with Down syndrome?
Don't worry. Look at me. I love life. And I give joy, hope, and I give positive attitude around. No one get me in the corner. I nail a catwalk, you know.
Screening for Down syndrome used to be dangerous, but now a non-invasive test is being rolled out across the NHS. Where the test is offered, the number of babies born with Down syndrome fell by 30%.
So my worry is that if more people have it, there'll be less and less babies born with Down syndrome. And I know that in Iceland, they have screened out all the babies with Down syndrome.
Screening out babies with Down syndrome is not an official policy, but people's individual choices mean the country has close to 0 babies with Down syndrome. Jonathan is a genetic counsellor who also studies how new developments like screening are impacting society.
It's never an easy decision if someone is choosing to end a pregnancy after 24 weeks. I think in those circumstances, both the medics and the families have made a decision that for them, it would be the right call to make. And I think the argument is that in those exceptional circumstances, that is a decision that needs to be preserved for those people.
What do you think the chances of success for Heidi court case?
What Heidi's case hinges on is definitions of serious disability. People who have disabilities may feel like the problems they have are not a result of, say, medical problems, but actually a result of the challenges or discrimination that they face more widely in society. And that's an incredibly difficult issue and not one that's easily going to get solved. I do think the court case brings that debate to a wider audience, and it's one that needs talking about, and it needs different viewpoints to be heard.
There will never be an easy answer to this issue, but I hope people are starting to listen to my community and what we have to say about our own lives.